Hey y'all, welcome back to Army is Able. I'm Army, of course. If you're new here, reporting in. Today, we have a video about a horrible dating story going wrong. You know, it's tough out here for a single gal. But anyway, let's check it out and get into it.
He wants to hear the story about the guy that I was seeing who was also seeing his sister. I meet this guy on Hinge, okay? He's gorgeous. Like, he looks just like Leo from Tell Me Lies, okay? Gorgeous. So he drives 2 hours to take me on our first date, and we had been talking for a couple weeks at this point, and this is right before or right after my divorce. So like, I would never do this now. But I was like, okay, like, why don't you just like stay the night after our date? Girl, be so real. Do you think that's a good idea? No. I'll call him Tony. That's not his name. I was like, I opened my door.
I'm glad she said it because, girl, you know we was gonna say that.
Tony, and he looks up and starts skipping stairs to get to me, and he gives me a big hug, and he has flowers. He was like, I'm so excited to like actually see you. And I was like, me too. I was like, I'm finishing getting ready, like come in, whatever. He takes me to dinner. He has a really nice car. He takes me to a very nice restaurant. I'm like, okay, this guy has his life together. He had gotten out of the military. I won't say which branch. And he was getting his master's. So I was like, his life is like put together. I'm obsessed. And the conversation is so good. And he's so interested about my interests, which is like not typical. A lot of people just don't want to talk about neuroplasticity and how cool it is. That's like one of my biggest interests. He was clocked in. He was ready, okay?
But can we clock her hair though? Because it's looking fabulous. Just had to throw that in there.
He was applying for the job to be my boyfriend. And he's telling me about him, and he grew up on a farm in a southern state, and he was homeschooled. But like, not the type of homeschool where you're with other kids, the type of homeschool that it's just you and your siblings, okay? And he has a sister who is like a year younger, 2 years younger. Anyways, so we finished the first date. He stays over. He's already texted me about our next date. He's excited. He's like really into it. So he says, why don't you come by me, which is by like Eastern, like ECU. I think that was the school he was getting his master's at. And he was like, we'll do like some fun mini golf. I'll take you to this hot dog place. He knows I love hot dogs. Leading up to the date, I was feeling like sketched out for whatever reason. For really no reason. He was great. But my like intuition was like, ooh, this is not good. But my heart was like, what are you talking about? Like, shut up. Ugh. Having fun, living life, he's hot. At the same time, there was that documentary about that guy. I can't think of his name right now, but he was in Call Me By Your Name. And there was a documentary about like all the girls that he had like SA'd. And like, for whatever reason, I was getting the same vibe. And I was also getting the same vibe of like, maybe he was gonna eat me at some point. And I can't explain why. He never
Eat what? I wonder how a person's personality, I wonder what like some of the things he said or did to make her feel that way. I mean, sometimes it's just a vibe, you know? I mean, women's intuition is definitely there for a reason. Let's keep going.
like gave me any reason to believe that he was going to eat me, but I started to really hone in on the fact that he was gonna like hurt me somehow. So we go on the date. Date is so fun. But then at dinner, after mini golf, he was like, you know what? You look just like my cousin. And I was like, oh my gosh. Huh. And he was like, I mean, she's hot. I'm like, oh.
That's just kind of weird to say about your cousin. I mean, you can say they're pretty, you can say they're handsome, but to say like they're hot or they're sexy or anything like that, it's just like, ugh. It's really giving the ick. It's not normal. It's not natural. Ugh.
Okay. He showed me a picture. I look identical. And then he's telling me how hot I am the rest of the night. And I'm thinking, oh, this guy wants to fuck his cousin. This is what...
Bingo. identical to his cousin. Now I'm wondering what state they live in. She did say ECU, but I'm pretty sure there are plenty of colleges. I don't know, but ECU, I do know there's one in North Carolina.
This is, he wants to fuck his cousin. So we go back. He gets a hotel because he has a roommate because he's in school. He brings out things that I don't want. Wait, who are you doing that with? Because it ain't me. Like, dangerous things. Like for the bedroom. I was like, this isn't like, no. We started having like pillow talk, okay? We're getting really deep into conversation. And he reveals to me that when he was in like 3rd grade, him and his sister got really curious. I'm gonna throw up. Girl. I was like, huh? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And he like really gets into detail of what they did from 3rd grade to a couple years ago.
Oh, 3rd grade to a couple years ago. With your sibling, Where did the parents go wrong? I mean, how old are you in 3rd grade? Probably about 7 or 8. I mean, as a parent, I just feel like you would notice a change in your children or their relationship. Something. This is really disturbing.
They were having a full-blown relationship. In that in just that one way. Okay? I really hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, okay? Him and his sister had relations for years. And I'm fawning at this point because I'm like, I'm actually in danger. This is not good. I've been drinking. I can't drive home 2 hours. And so I become a therapist. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that probably really affected you, throughout your whole childhood. Like, do you think that's like brought into your adult your life? Like, I'm trying to be a therapist.
Smart girl. She is very smart because at this point, there is no just leaving and especially if she feels like he was going to hurt her at some point or he just kind of has that personality. And I hate to say it, but a lot of military men do have that, very strong presence, very militant. When military men go back to civilian life, it can be tough for them to just kind of turn off their training and so it does seem like they're always in the loop. They're always aware of their surroundings. Like they just kind of give off that attitude, like I'll do what I have to do to survive type of thing, type of like vibe, attitude. So she played it absolutely correct. Be supportive, give that listening ear, don't be judgmental at all, and make sure you get up out there safe. Okay? Good girl.
And try to make him feel comfortable to just like keep talking. But I'm like, I really don't want to hear it, but what am I going to do? I got nowhere to go. So he tells me everything until we fall asleep. I'm driving home. He's calling me and he's just like, I had so much fun. Like, I love getting to know you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, me too. So much fun. But I was like, you know what? It feels like you don't really have a relationship with God. So like, I need that. And he was like, well, I also need someone that I can but like
Girl, what is that? What is that? We do not know what you are trying to say. I don't know if she's saying like fisting. Even with the hand motions, like, girl, what is... I'm gonna run it back. Maybe I missed something. Because like she said, he was saying that he wanted to do certain things in the bedroom. And she's like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Who are you gonna do that with? Because it's not gonna be me. So it had to be something extreme or something that like would be really painful. I don't know, but that hand motion is not giving me much. What do y'all think?
Well, I also need someone that I can But like, I said, yeah, and he's like, yeah, you just didn't seem into like all the things that I was into. Yeah, because I'm not. Because most people aren't. I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum, but like, yuck. Yucky. Yeah. No.
I still have no clue what that is, but if someone actually knows what she's trying to say, put it down in the comments. I mean, my mind goes straight to the backdoor situation. That's really the only thing I can maybe, I don't know.
Just because they look like Leo does not mean you should date them. No. I'm so, like, honestly, this is embarrassing for me to tell. I've waited 2 years to tell this story because every time I try to, I'm like, this looks bad for me. Like, well, let me know if you have any questions.
Man, he's probably a freaking psychopath. Like, he's ex-military, incest with your sister. He wants to bang his cousin because she looks identical to his cousin. This man probably has some serious psychological issues, potentially. And maybe I could be like going out of bounds here, but I just feel like there's nothing that this man won't do, won't try. And I just think, man, he working with some demons that he got to get out. Like, buddy needs to lay down at the cross. Okay? Buddy needs an exorcism. Buddy need to be at church every Wednesday and twice on Sunday. Buddy needs to be baptized in the Holy River. Let me look up this Leo character just to get an idea of what he looked like. Okay, so if this is Leo from Tell Me Lies, he's pretty handsome. Square face, nice chin, kind of a butt chin, which I know a lot of people like that. But to be honest, even the actor looks a little crazy. Like he could. But anyway, y'all, this story is crazy. Tell me what y'all would have done if y'all found out that the guy you were maybe sleeping with, talking to, getting to know was into incest and probably will forever be messing with his baby sister. Disgusting. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the commentary, please hit that like button. Also hit subscribe. You can hit that notification bell as well. That way when videos post like this, it'll come right to your phone and you'll be in the tea with me. Until next time, y'all, when I find another crazy story, we'll get into it then. But until then, y'all, bye.